Chips on the top. Chips on the bottom. American, we have shotgun. German, you think that is air you're breathing right now? Jules Verne writes a novel in which an American spacecraft launches from Florida, carrying 3 men to the moon. Everyone else, you're about 104 years too early. Native Americans, surrender. Andrew Jackson, those white flags are no match for our muskets. Africans, when it's 1441 and a Portuguese guy shows up on a boat and takes out his wallet, you have reached the end of free history. Archimedes points death ray at a ship, some unfortunate Roman soldier. Natives, not a problem, I think we can coexist. Portuguese, Spaniards, French, Dutch and English. So anyway, I started blasting. Ignes Semmelweis, we will drastically decrease the mortality rate if we just wash our hands. Every other doctor, oh, no no no, no, no. When the public asks NASA how they are going to win the space race, the secret ingredient is Germans. I wish for 1,000 more wishes. Annex Austria and Czechoslovakia. Overrun Poland, France, and Norway. Bomb and starve the British until they agree to peace terms. They keep fighting. Invade Russia instead. Alfred Bernhard Nobel invents dynamite. The rest of the world. So anyway, I started blasting. I didn't blow up the Maine. Remember the Maine? To hell with Spain. There's been a misunderstanding. Remember the Maine? To hell with Spain. Remember the Maine? To hell with Spain. Learning history through reading books. Absolutely barbaric. Learning history through memes. We did it. We time traveled. But to what year? Let me ask that guy over there. Hey, what was the most recent treaty to be signed? The Peace of Paris. Absolutely no clue. Australians fighting in world wars. Australians fighting a bunch of birds. Woodrow Wilson creates League of Nations. Wilson doesn't join League of Nations. European countries who are left to fund it. Hold on, this whole operation was your idea. So glad I grew up doing this, not this. Prohibition Act. Mafia. Schlieffen Plan. Kaiser rolls. Britain goes to Africa. Also Britain. Get in the boat. Archduke Franz Ferdinand has a nice car trip. Gavrilo Princip. So anyway, I started blasting. When you hear the trees talking and you think you're going crazy. When you remember you're in Vietnam. Greek philosophers every once in a while. I am extra big large brain. When you're a young child in Victorian London and you have to get a job so your 12 siblings don't starve. Beethoven composing music before he went deaf. Beethoven composing music after he went deaf. 8:32 am. Google. How to kill an archduke. 11:02 am. Google. What is a world war? Africa peacefully minds its own business. Europe. Knock knock nimbus. Did you ever hear the tragedy of Tiananmen Square? No. I thought not. It's not a story the Chinese government would tell you. Some explorers discover tulip. Britain, cool. Spain, cool. The Netherlands, give me the plant. British soldiers before the invention of khaki. America puts missiles near the USSR. USSR puts missiles near America. America, you weren't supposed to do that. What you got there? A weather balloon. Not a cell phone in sight, just people living in the moment. When you're losing an argument, but you remember that you live in Salem. Oh my gosh, this guy's a witch. Spaniards in 1528. Did you bring back any valuable commodities from South America? Spanish conquistador Don Hernan Cortez. Bean. When the USSR outlaws Western culture of any kind, jazz music stops. When I hear a teacher trying to encourage a kid that isn't doing well at math, that Einstein failed at math too. Oh, here we go. American cartoons today. American cartoons in the 30s. Who would win? One of the world's largest empires. Some discount Chinese. Random Spanish boys. When are we going to get to India? Christopher Columbus. We get there when we get there. When someone asks why you insist on making sure everyone knows Napoleon was not short, you wouldn't get it. German soldiers. We will wear dark grey for camouflage. French soldiers. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Yugoslav partisans polish resistance. French resistance. Edward Jenner spends years making first vaccine. Anti-vax parents exist. Edward Jenner, am I a joke to you? To show you the power of Catholicism, I sawed this world in half. Pangea be like, let's split up gang. WW1 generals after gaining 100 yards while only losing 10,000 men. Victory. Developing country has internal issues and oil. USA. When the girl you're dating doesn't want to hear you explain about the ancient Roman Empire and the profound influence it had on the modern world, you afraid to get wet? Things to say that will always start a fight. I just killed Franz Ferdinand. When you move 5 feet and only break down twice. Victory. American textbooks after America gets involved in any other country's affairs. I did it. I saved the world. Out of the 7.7 billion people on Earth, what do you think no one is doing right now? Expect the Spanish Inquisition. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. Chinese army when protesters don't leave Tiananmen Square. So anyway, I started blasting. When you can't see the enemy in the jungle, so you just remove the jungle. Modern problems require modern solutions. When you bite a human, but he doesn't catch the plague. A rare photo of Cleopatra mourning Caesar's death, 44 BC. Oh, hi Mark. Roman Empire AD 395. Roman Empire AD 396. Using the overused Drake format. Using similar formats. Using the German Empire as a format. The Pharaoh's house servants when he dies. Hostile Native Americans. The Vikings just trying to grow some grapes. Christopher Columbus and smallpox. Friendly Native Americans. Classical Ages. Fall of the Western Roman Empire. Dark Ages. Renaissance. Doctor, how have your eyes been? Chernobyl survivor. Bigger, and there's more of them. Creating a religion based on evidence, logic and reasoning. Mary. Creating a religion to explain the fact that you are pregnant with another man's child. Mary. Allies. Japan won't surrender. America. What if we nuke a city? Let me explain. There's nothing to explain. Come and take it. You're trying to kidnap what I've rightfully stolen. Ancient China, who made empires and some of the most important inventions of all time, looking down on current China who are scared of a cartoon bear. Shame. Best Porsche ever made. Google. Bing. Kiss, marry, kill. Bed, wed, behead. So what are we going to do if the Chinese intervene? General MacArthur, they're commies. Blow the sh out of them. Best Mercedes ever made. Google. Bing. Belgium in Europe. Belgium in Africa. Sure you can vote. Sure you can vote if you own land. How to roast turkey. Google. Bing. When you find out Lincoln was offered elephants from Siam to help fight in the Civil War, but refused. We were on the verge of greatness. We were this close. Pimples? 0. Blackheads? 0. Independent Gallic tribes? 0. Old China inventing things like paper. Old China making one of the 7 wonders of the world. New Chinese leader scared of a cartoon bear. The Whiskey Rebellion exists for 3 seconds. George Washington, I'm gonna stop you right there. When other continents make fun of you without realizing that you were the one to name all the other continents. Laughs and European. When your enemies spend lots of time money, and effort to make powerful tanks, and you put some steel beams together to stop them. The engineer. Pimples? 0. Blackheads? 0. Adult males in Germany in 1946? 0. The British when they plant their flag in another country. This is my home now.